8 days of precision. The competition continued for approximately 8 days and tested far more than a pilot's ability to fly quickly. The events included air-to-air gunnery, air-to-ground gunnery, dive bombing, skip bombing, rocket firing, and panel strafing. A later Air Force account identified aerial gunnery events conducted at both 12,000 and 20,000 feet. Air Combat Command. Each event demanded a different combination of judgment, timing, aircraft control, and weapons proficiency. In aerial gunnery, pilots had to maneuver into position and fire accurately while operating at altitude. During dive bombing, they had to point their aircraft toward the ground, maintain the correct angle, release at the proper moment, and recover before descending too far. Rocket attacks required careful alignment because unguided rockets did not correct themselves after launch. Panel strafing measured the concentration of machine gun fire against a designated target. Skip bombing demanded an especially dangerous form of low-level precision. A pilot released a bomb close to the ground so that it would travel forward by striking and skipping across the surface before reaching its target. There was little room for hesitation. A fraction of a second could separate a direct hit from a complete miss. Taking the lead. The pilots of the 332nd quickly established themselves as the team to beat. After the aerial gunnery events, the Tuskegee Airmen were leading the competition. Captain Temple was also positioned near the top of the individual standings. The team's performance in dive bombing was less dominant, but the 332nd retained its overall lead. Then came skip bombing. Each pilot received 6 bombs. Temple scored 6 hits from 6 attempts. Stewart scored 6 from 6. Harvey scored 6 from 6. 18 bombs had been released by the 3 pilots, and all 18 struck as required. During rocket firing, Temple again reportedly scored 6 hits from 6 launches. Stewart and Harvey each recorded 5 hits from 6. The men flying the older F-47s were not merely keeping pace with their competitors, they were outperforming units equipped with Mustangs, twin Mustangs, and early jet fighters. Air Combat Command. Their success was not accidental. It reflected years of combat preparation, disciplined teamwork, and an institutional culture formed under extraordinary pressure. The Tuskegee Airmen had always known that mistakes committed by white pilots would be treated as individual failures, while mistakes committed by black pilots could be used to condemn an entire race. That knowledge had demanded excellence from the beginning. In Nevada, excellence became victory. The best piston engine team, and the best overall. When the final scores were calculated, the 332nd Fighter Group had captured the award for the best piston engine team, but the Tuskegee Airmen had accomplished something even greater. They also finished as the best team overall, defeating every participating piston engine and jet team. An official Air Force history states that the 332nd defeated the next closest team, the 82nd Fighter Group flying Mustangs, by 21.58 points. The nearest jet team, the 4th Fighter Group flying F-80S, finished 46.4 points behind the Tuskegee Airmen. Air Combat Command. The victory was decisive. The Tuskegee Airmen had entered the Air Force's first major fighter weapons competition using an older aircraft and representing a segregated organization. They left as champions. They had not won a special category created for black pilots. They had not competed against weakened opposition. They had defeated elite fighter teams from across the United States Air Force under the same scoring system, over the same ranges, and through the same demanding events. Their victory directly contradicted the racist beliefs that had nearly prevented black Americans from entering military aviation. The scoreboard had become a civil rights document. A victory followed by disappearance. Yet the story did not receive the recognition it deserved. For decades, Air Force Association almanacs reportedly identified the winner of the 1949 meet as unknown. The trophy also disappeared from public view and was eventually located in storage at the National Museum of the United States Air Force. The surviving sources document the omission, but do not definitively establish why the winners were left unidentified. Whether caused by administrative neglect, institutional indifference, or the racial attitudes of the period, the result was the same. One of the Tuskegee Airmen's greatest post-war victories became difficult for the public to find: Air Combat Command. The erasure was especially painful because the team had photographs, scores, and a trophy proving what it had accomplished. The men knew they had won. The competitors knew they had won. The Air Force had presented them with the trophy.